Thank you, Steph. It is being described as the first of its kind in Ontario, a clinic dedicated to administering COVID-19 vaccines opening up today. And we are standing by live right now by the Metro Toronto Convention Centre. It's a site that is typically used for major events, which is now retrofitted for mass immunizations. The goal here is to vaccinate 250 people per day, starting with frontline healthcare workers. The proof of concept clinic, it's going to help test the immunization setup in non-hospital settings.
You can see how organized it is and great structure. And folks, we're going to get people vaccinated as soon as possible.
We are actually doing something here that will be of benefit province-wide.
Now, the clinic will be administering Moderna vaccines, with the province saying it may have to reallocate doses to other sites. Once this clinic has been open for at least 6 weeks, the city will produce a somewhat playbook to help create other mass immunization sites across the province. So far, just over 200,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines have been administered in Ontario, with more than 21,000 people fully vaccinated. Around 11,000 doses are being administered per day. All right, happening now, a story we're following right now. Toronto police at the scene of a fire at Berkley Street rooming house. So let's bring you to a live look at the scene here. This is at 236 Berkley in the area of Parliament and Dundas. What we know, one person has been taken to hospital with serious injuries from smoke inhalation. 3 others in that home being assessed here at the scene. Right now, we don't have any word on what may have started this fire, but this investigation is still very much ongoing. The call coming in just before 5:30 this morning, so we're working to gather some more information on this one. We'll bring it to you as soon as we have it. Let's update the COVID-19 outbreak now at Roberta Place in Barrie, where a vaccination clinic was held on the weekend. Right now, Roberta Place says 62 residents and 43 staff have been infected. 9 people have died from the virus. Provincial NDP leader Andrea Horwath calling for the armed forces to be deployed. The NDP claiming the situation is much worse than it appears, saying physicians at the facility reporting 100% of the 122 residents and almost all staff are now infected. The Canadian Red Cross is currently assisting here. Public Health carried out a vaccination clinic on Saturday. Well, with the Ford government stay-at-home orders now in effect, officials carrying out an enforcement blitz this weekend. So here are the numbers. The province says 31 public health violations were found at big box stores in the GTHA on Saturday. 50 inspectors assigned to 110 stores in the Golden Horseshoe. Inspectors were told to make sure stores are following the public health protocol, including physical distancing. The Ministry of Labour says inspectors issued 11 formal warnings, I should say, as well as 11 tickets. Let's get to the U.S. now. When Joe Biden is sworn in as president, it's said one of the top things on his to-do list is to cancel the $9 billion Keystone XL pipeline. The multi-billion-dollar project was slated to move hundreds of thousands of barrels of oil daily from Alberta to the southern U.S. But the project has been caught up in legal wrangling for years. However, construction has begun on both sides of the border. No one from Biden's team will confirm if he will axe this project, nor will Canadian officials. Alberta Premier Jason Kenney says canceling the project would be a job killer, and he'll look at every legal option to push it forward. Now, on his way out, President Trump is said to be considering as many as 100 pardons and commutations, but his name is not on the list. His advisors have reportedly told him if he pardons himself or any of his family, it may give off the appearance that he's hiding something. Trump has been on a pretty steady clip of pardons ahead of the storming of the Capitol building, but it has stopped since then. He has also been impeached since the rioting on the Hill. Now, other U.S. political news today, Kamala Harris officially resigns her California Senate seat today, and that's because Wednesday she will be installed as the country's first ever female vice president. She will also be the first black woman and first woman of South Asian descent to hold that office. Taking over her Senate seat for the remaining 2-year term is Democrat Alex Padilla. He will be the first Latino senator from California. They make up 40% of the voting population. All right, your time is 6:12 this Monday morning. We've got a lot to cover and a special edition of BT Today as we all try to fight off those blue Monday feelings together. So first up, 6:30, we've got some advice from a finance expert. Now that all those bills are starting to roll in, friend of ours, we've got Bruce Sellery. At 7:40, a certified happiness expert joining us with some positivity tips. I think we all need that. And coming up next in business, is all that shopping catching up to you? Yes. We're going to break more down with Mike Epple about debt confidence. Very important. We'll be right back.